What's up guys, Nightingale here, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I did one of these, and a couple reasons for that. In case you're oblivious, and you've been subbed to my YouTube channel for a while, I've been streaming live on YouTube now for a while, and a lot of that has taken up a necessity to make YouTube videos on certain things a lot because we just talk about it on stream a good bit, but there are certain things that I just want to do off stream. Another issue is I have a couple things left I want to do on Nikke video wise. It's just getting time to do it. I've been very busy, a lot of writing, a lot of talking with artists, a lot of drama, troubles, issues going on that's taken up a lot of my time over January that I really didn't have control over, kind of December too. So videos kind of went to the back burner. And the other thing, I want to do the patch notes, but it's like I have to wait till that Wednesday to where we have everything of a unit to do it. And then normally my Wednesdays get just full, and I don't have time to get everything out that I want to get out. So, certain videos have been just kind of put off. The unfortunate truth about the patch note videos for Nikke is not all the information is there, and that really triggers me, and it's one of the main reasons why I just hadn't done them. Yet, I still want to be able to give you the information as it shows up. But anyway, here we are today. We're going to talk about something that's actually interesting, which is the February 2024 dev notes for Nikke. Now, I know this has been out for a few days, and you've probably already heard this from somebody else, but if you haven't, hey, here I am. I still do this occasionally, and I'm trying to get back into it the more we go. But as always, I'm live 6 days a week. You can come hang out with me on YouTube. You can come hang out with me on Twitch. You can even come hang out with me on Twitter for as long as I decide to keep that rolling too. Your choice. So let's jump on into this and see what they are going to be talking about. So first off, we have content development. Special side story is the tentative name, proposal, and development progress. In the previous developers video, we introduced our plans for 2024. Among them, the new story, a special story, has been added to the schedule. The special story is a fully voiced content we are preparing to aim to provide more high-quality scenarios in a more engaging format. As we put great value into the special story, we plan to make it an extended content derived from the main story. While we recommend you to try the special story after finishing certain chapters, we will not compel you to clear the chapters. To make special side story more accessible, moreover, we will not require you to finish battles with high difficulty. This content is a show of our gratitude and affection for Nikke's stories. So we hope you can enjoy it leisurely without burden. We are continuing to develop this with the highest priority. Once everything is confirmed, we will inform you through another developer's notice. Thank you for consistent attention and love to our stories. That is one thing Nikke does very, 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 very well, is their storytelling when it comes to the main bread and butter stories that need to be told. And that is the main story quest and their pilgrim stories. However, a lot of the other stories are fun and cute, or just because stories, which is fine. Those are great too. Some definitely don't hit their marks, and some definitely are some of the most incredible things they've done. Red Ash was phenomenal. There was some kinks to that I didn't really like on how they addressed it, but Overzone was still probably one of the best stories they've ever done. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing here. Fully voiced is definitely a major plus. I hate the clicking thing. Honestly, they could really, if they could just get ahead far enough, they could totally voice all side stories with very little extra work. It would make things so much better overall, but it would also bloat the file size. So I kind of get where they're coming from. All right, next up, improvement to the difficulty of field lost relic investigation. The improvements to the difficulty of finding the field lost relics investigation will be completed soon. When the location of lost relic changes, it will lead to a mix-up of community tips and info. So we're working on a feature that gives a notice when the squad is near the lost relics without changing the lost relics location. This feature is expected to go live in March. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. They're not that incredibly hard to find. It's normally the ones that are behind, physically blocked behind the behind something in the field where it's literally the last 3 particles of the glitter effect get shown. That's when things get really annoying to find. Outside that, most of them aren't really that bad to find. You just got to pay attention. Now, I have the advantage of doing this on a computer screen. Some of you guys are doing this on a mobile phone. Listen, I'm not responsible for you trying to do this on an iPod Nano, but outside that, I get it. It can be a little bit more difficult on a smaller screen, and there have been times where my face has been that far from the screen trying to figure out where that thing is hidden, and it ends up being behind, like I said, something completely invisible, and you just see the little final 3 particle effects of the glitter effect, and you're going, well, that's where it is. All right, so moving on. Simulation Room Overclock. The first beta season of this year's new content, Simulation Room Overclocked, has finally concluded. We'll prepare a survey to gather valuable opinions, and we'll do our best to present a better version in the second beta season based on the survey results. In the second beta season, we'll prioritize functionality and user experience. Once the improvements are done, we will share the schedule with everyone. For a better gaming experience, we kindly ask for your understanding and support. We also deeply regret the lack of announcement regarding the gap period between beta seasons. To express our sincerest apology, we will be conducting more daily mission bonus rewards where players can receive rewards mainly in the form of skill resources. At the same time, as we did not have a full burst weekend event in late January, we are making up for it by implementing the following activities. Burst weekend will be the next 4 weekends in a row. Here's the thing. This is a load of horse crap, and I think we all know it. There was no reason they couldn't put that in with it other than the fact they didn't want to boost the overclock event rewards at any shape, form or another, and they probably couldn't figure out how to get that separated, so they just straight up just didn't do this. But here's the thing. I'm at the point, and I think a lot of the community will quite agree here, Burst Weekend just needs to be a every week event at this point. Even at every other week, it's a little annoying. But they announced it at the beginning of the year in that video when they were getting ready to do the 1-year anniversary. That made it sound like they were going to do it every weekend. ... for the anniversary, not ever. But honestly, it needs to be forever, and I'll give you my reason why. While we're going to talk about this later in another video, the abnormal gear is an abysmal chunk to this thing. Now, I don't care what people's excuses are. The big one is, well, they just removed gear that wasn't important, and it's now being looted. Okay? Well, I get that. But it's still in the loot table, and it's still blocking me from getting what I want, which is Tetra, Missilus, and Elysian. Screw Pilgrim, because at some point, Pilgrims, there's never going to be enough Pilgrims brought in fast enough that I'm never going to loot all of that stuff or have mass amounts of that. But now that I've got 2 dead sets that I'm having to dodge is quite annoying when I really need Tetra support gear, and I desperately need Missilus support gear. But all I get is Missilus Defender, Missilus Attacker, Tetra Attacker, and Abnormal. Everything abnormal. Also, this last entire month, the amount of nothings I've got has been absurd. Now, I get it. RNG comes around in seasons, and I'm definitely in the seasons of nothing. What was abnormally weird has now become unusually consistent. I used to only get nothing maybe once a week. For the last 3 weeks, nothing has been near one of the most consistent things I see outside of custom modules. So I'm wondering what happened, and for me, it's just a string of bad luck where I'm getting a lot of nothings. Keep in mind, there's an 85% chance to loot an item. So to me, Burst Weekend giving me an extra shot at getting nothing, which really blows my mind, by the way. The fact that you can roll the dice twice in a row and get nothing really shocks me. But I've seen it happen many times on my account, so let's go ahead and let's just do this every weekend where I now have another chance and, well, you to dice your gear. Now, some of you don't ever have the struggle, so you don't understand, but for those of us who do have that issue occasionally, at this point where we're at in the game, we need the fodder, we need the gear. You're releasing a new unit every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, there's a new unit. Occasionally, some weeks we're getting smacked with 2 units in a row. Now, if most of us play the game properly, we're not burning all of our we're not burning T9 manufacturer gear for leveling up unless it's abnormal gear, because there's only 4 abnormal usable units in the game, and none of them really need it anymore. So outside those, if you're hanging on to all your other stuff, whenever a new unit shows up, you just throw it on them and you're good to go. But still, getting those custom modules rolling in, getting just the gear fodder coming in to be able to level up more gear, because you do need 5 teams leveled up. It'd be great. So I wish that they would just go ahead and stop doing this as a, oh, here's a special weekend, just rip this crap from here on out. It'd make life so much better. All right, once again, we apologize for the oversight regarding the events, the failure to inform players in a timely manner. No, you just didn't want to say anything because you didn't want to upset the community. It's fine. It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. So, aside from this, we are vigilantly talking about the fatigue caused by Simulation Room Overclock update in anticipation for this potential establishment as a reoccurring game mode. We simultaneously developing the quick battle feature for Arena. We will pay close attention to your gaming experiences and address issues quickly when we discover any aspects that require enhancement. Quick battle is honestly, I don't know why it doesn't exist for this, because it's already calculated. So since you have no control over when you can duck or anything, I've never understood why we had to watch it, other than to watch why it fails. Give us the option to watch it if we want, but I can definitely see where quick battle would make sense. Not that it's really taking too much time away from us, but I can get it. If it's already predetermined, just let us skip. As always, I'd like to thank you for the support and feedback you've given us. We will do our best to give you a more pleasant gaming experience. Next, let me introduce major updates. All right, so more convenience in growing Nikkes. First off, we all want to make it more convenient to grow your Nikkes. We'll expand upon the scope of the simple inventory feature. After that can be used after the synchro device enhancement, and allow its usage in skill upgrades as well as Nikke upgrades, which is adopted before the synchro device enhancement is unlocked. Moreover, we will display the currency types and quantities required for all growths in all simple inventories for your convenience. We have tried this out during testing session before and found it will bring great convenience if utilized well. We hope. Okay, that's great. Cool. Enhancement to Union shooting range damage test environments. We will provide a separate testing environment for Centurion, allowing everyone to explore squad combinations in a more diverse setting within the Union shooting range. At the same time, we will make minor adjustments to displays in the Union shooting range, such as info as the code. We hope players who enjoy exploring squad combinations will be pleased by this update. This improvement is also set to be launched at the start of February. I think if this is what I think this is, it should be a boss that we can damage test. Like an infinite unkillable boss that we can do mechanic testing of teams, like to make sure that they're functioning fully to their best abilities. This would be great, having a boss and not just random NPC crap flowing around, because that skews numbers. That's what makes Scarlet in a test range, the normal electric code Scarlet, look like she does so much better damage. If you're not paying attention, then you realize it's because her screen wipe is why she's doing it. But when you single target damage her, she does absolutely horrible damage on certain stages. because it's not, her thing is AoE. So if you're wondering why she was doing blistering amounts of damage and you forgot that you were dealing with screen wipe, I can get that. So as long as this is like a single target, like raid boss type thing, this would be awesome to test stuff on. I would love to sit and mess with teams a lot more often doing this. More information on quick battle in advanced hard stage, in archives hard stages. I'd like to share some information to improve event archives. At the beginning of February, we introduced quick battle feature for the hard stages in archives to make it easier to watch the epilogue. As clear stage rewards are not included in the archives, it may lead to some inconvenience in the normal stages. However, as we also have events such as Red Ash that provide immersive experiences by repeatedly switching between battle and story. We would like to seek your suggestions. Please feel free to share your opinions and ideas through customer service centers and communities. So I get what they're saying here is, in order to see the final dialogue, you have to literally play out all the different, like if in Overzone, you had to play out all of the Chapter 2's hard mode to get to the final stage, and at the end, there was nothing there. So I kind of understand why this is going to be a thing. Also, just here on the hard stages, these honestly should have all had like a small micro reward in them to just get some resources to encourage you to go back and play through them. Like as a one-time reward, wouldn't have been a big deal. Throw out some core dust, throw out some battle data, throw out some credits. Just something to say, here you go, thanks for playing this again and coming back to watch our story. Small little details like that go a very long way with the community. It doesn't have to be like, oh my god, I can level up a full unit by doing this, but, you know, throw a dog a bone. They kind of appreciate it. Improvements to ranking. Next, let me explain the improvements to ranking at the beginning of February. We will add a feature that allows players to check ranking info inside Solo Rage Challenge. We hope this can make things more convenient for commanders who play challenge stages of Solo Raid frequently. Second, the frequency of ranking archive achieved and quantity of avatar frame in the ranking page will be increased. The rankings of the top 1 through 5 to 10 players all will be displayed, and then the numbers of the frequency exceeding 20 in accumulation so far will be fully showcased. After the update, avatar frames you have attained so far will be sent through the mail if you've opened the ranking reward page. We'll continue to provide more high-quality decorations, so please don't focus too much on competing and achieving the rankings. We will be working hard to give more diverse and pleasant gaming experience. Nobody cares. Sorry. February content updates. The Perfect Maid event will commence as we add in the Maid and Valentine to the archive at the start of February. In this new event, a timid maid and the most righteous maid will appear in the Maid for You squad to spend a wonderful Valentine's Day with the commander. As for what kind of characters will show up in the story will unfold, we will invite you to look forward to it. Whatever her name is, ADE and Maid Pravity are going to be there. Yay, who cares? They're both kind of garbage. Other than that, we will conduct the skill reset event and introduce a new boss, Crystal Chamber, which is, I think this is the boss for one of the new stages. Whom you'll be able to meet in Advanced Solo Raid. The update may be a small one, but it contains new and fun mechanics. We hope you'll anticipate what's in store for you. The main scenario of 2024 will revolve around surface investigation. During this time, new friends will join us, and the stories of some existing companions will unravel. Unexpected encounters and incidents will occur as well. Some fun and interesting stories are already in the planning stages, and we can't wait to present you with them. At the end of February, the beginning of this story, chapter 27 and 28 will be updated along with a new lost sector. As a heads up, chapter 27 is 2,900 combat power, and the boss for 28 is 3,019. So if you are a commander who is not that high level and you're just now getting into the mid-late 20s, don't rush. Look, I'm stuck. I'm waiting for 30,000 combat power. But knowing that, it's not going to be pretty. Anyway, lastly, although there is no perfect director or development team, no words can encapsulate the love for Nikke. We will keep progressing and do our utmost to deliver an excellent gaming experience, and we will strive to keep the sincerity going and convey our feelings to you all. The weather is quite cold. Please take care of yourselves and do not catch a cold. May your year be a healthy and joyful one. Thank you so much, Nikke. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting update for February. We've got the new Maid and Valentine, which is the Maid Pravity and Ada. I think it's Adi or Ada. I don't know how you actually say her name, because I've never seen that spelling before. Didn't know how to pronounce it. But they're both skips, so I was glad to see that I didn't have to do anything polling, and even the new chick that just got leaked is a total skip as well. Because Burst 2s are quite contested for really good Burst 2s, so unfortunate that they keep releasing a bunch of Burst 2s, because if the one maid chick that's not Pravity getting released was a Burst 1, that'd be phenomenal. That'd actually been really, really good for us to have that as a Burst 1, but instead it's a Burst 2. So sad noises there. The big thing I'm waiting for, and I think for me, it's the Memory of Goddess update. I really want MOG to come back because I want to be able to beat it. I kept getting to level 30 and I kept getting screwed over, so I need to be able to beat it. And I'm waiting for it. And that's when you can be sure Nikke will return as a stream content when I can put 3 hours into it. But till then, I don't feel like playing a game on stream that is only going to take 20 minutes for me to play and then move on to the other thing, because I feel like it's just a waste of my time and your time. When I can burn through dailies in 20 minutes. So for right now, for me, it's just collecting a bunch of battle data and core dust and waiting for my units to slowly level up. Most of my units are nearly leveled up, and I'm at level 263, 264, somewhere in there. And we're just waiting for about 25,000 combat power to just magically show up some way, somehow. And then I'll be able to beat the story completely. So yeah, I hope the March development notice is going to be really, really good. As a note to you guys, just to keep a heads up, keep this in the back of your minds, and just remember I told you here at February 6th is when I'm recording this video. March, potential collab. Chainsaw Man was run in March, so do keep that in mind. The end of April is would be the half-year anniversary, so prepare for a anniversary event there, which, like I said, will be at the end of April. So do make sure you're hanging on to every summon you can. Do not pull for these garbage units, no matter how hot they are. You'll be pulling for them again when it comes time for the anniversary. Skip the collab, no matter what it is. I don't care if you like the IP or not. They do not. They do not value collaboration units, and they will power creep them within 6 months. So do not worry about pulling them. They are garbage. They do not belong in Nikke at all. You're a collector. I get it. I understand. Just don't do it, because what's going to be showing up in the half anniversary time slot will probably be infinitely stronger, and there's a chance that they end up slamming Crown and Chime down. I have a big hunch that we're going to get the Pilgrim duo this year, and it's Crown and Chime. No other Pilgrims that I've seen in far as leaked or in just lore of story have a duo pair. Crown and Chime are a duo pair, and it seems like this would be the time of year to slam those two down, because we also need Elysians this year. Do keep a note for those. That's something else you're going to need. The Elysian duo pair. We have the Tetra duo pair. We have the Missless duo pair. Elysian should be dropping this year as well. Keep that in mind. Good chance that you can probably skip over all the summer units this year and then start saving for the absolute giga-busted Pilgrim that's going to be at the 2-year anniversary. I have a hunch. Follow me on this. Chances are it's SSR Rappy. If it's not the half-year anniversary, it's the 1-year anniversary, or it's the 2-year anniversary. They'll bring the SSR Rappy. I think they'll end up doing it there. And we're not talking a limited, like, summer Rappy or anything like that. No, we mean the Rappy from the late chapters Rappy. So, which is basically I'll just keep my mouth shut in case some of y'all haven't been there yet. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Really weigh your options on collabs. It's not worth spending gold tickets on, especially if we end up having an MLB some Pilgrim Duo. That's going to be disgusting. Hopefully they end up doing something special if they end up running both, because that is a very nauseating thought to have to MLB 2 Pilgrims back to back, or potentially just one, but still needing to pull 4 of one Pilgrim and potentially just 1 of the other. We'll see how that goes. But remember, all the units they're releasing right now, from the beginning of January to the collab, will all be in those banners. It's okay. None of these are meta-defining units. They look cool. Trust me, it hurts my little Moran heart. I kind of am a simp for Moran. I love her voice actress. She's so cool, and Moran's a great looking character, but I didn't pull her. But I know someday I'll have a Moran, and I'll find a use for her somewhere in a team just to say I can use her. But even I skipped something I really didn't want to. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching this video. I'll hopefully have more videos coming soon. I do have a couple things I want to do for Black Desert. I have a couple things I want to do for Nikke. I'm still developing the idea for Minecraft on doing those videos, so there will be more videos posted, but just remember, come hang out with me live. It's basically the same thing, and you get to hang out and chat with me right there. So you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.